Thank you all for coming, and this is a short press conference, and I'll leave the balance of it to Managing Director for MRDC, Mr. Mano, to take the lead, and the Chairman for PRK, Mr. So I'll leave everything to them to speak, but I'm just welcoming them. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner General. We are proud to be here in IRC. We're here representing Petroleum Resource Kutubu. Petroleum Resource Kutubu represent 6.75% of PDL2, which is Kutubu, and then 1% of PNG LFG. So we've had disputes with IRC since 2011 on our tax, and in 2019 we resolved that, and then we've agreed on payment schedule. I'm proud to announce that the 120 million, which was the liability from 2011 to 2020, has been paid. So we're here to make the presentation to the IRC. We're bringing all our subsidiary groups for compliance, and many times you hear MRDC and the PRK groups, we do investments here and there, we do projects there, but this is what we give back to the country, and we want to be a compliant entity in this country. So we setting the pace, and that's the importance of this occasion. So also I would like to thank the CG for during his time is brokered that sort of settlement, and with that, not only for PRK but also with other subsidiaries in settling all our outstanding obligation to IRC. So you might have realized that in 2020 and then in 2018 we've had earthquakes, we've had low oil price, that affected our revenue, because most of our revenues are more dependent on commodity prices. So during those difficult times, they were difficult times for us, but now you know that the price of oil and gas is good, so with that kind of cash flow, we wanted to settle all our obligation to the state. And with that, I'll leave it to the chairman to say a few words, as he's the chairman of PRK, which is a local company. Paying 120 million is not an easy feat for a national company.
Firstly, thank you, Managing Director of MRDC. Also acknowledge the presence of President General IRC. On behalf of Petroleum Resource Kutubu, PRK, we've been in the project for the last maybe 20 years, 25 years. As a landowner company, I know we've been paying 50% tax in the oil. With the LNG, we've been paying 35% tax. Sometimes we look at landowner companies, we think that they will not meet up to their standards. But I think today it reflects the governance of a landowner company who has continued to pay taxes to IRC and to the people of this country, the government of this country. In the past, PRK not only paid tax as a landowner company, but we've given employment to all public unions. We have contributed in terms of social obligations into the country. PRK as a landowner company, we've done many, many things to this nation. Some of the things as a taxpayer, we as resource company, Commissioner General, I think the country, the government, sometimes lacks a lot of things to our resource people. We give a lot to this nation. And giving back to the resource owners, we give less. We see roads not built, schools, health centers, not made up to the standard. But yet, the resource owners continues to pay tax to this nation and giving wealth back to this nation. I think the government should look back to resource owners as the people of the PDO2. But after all, this presentation shows and reflects that we as landowners, as a company, and with many other companies, we tend to comply. We tend to pay our tax and to stay on the good cause as a good company. We thank MRDC through the Managing Director, Augustine Mano, has come in, not only PRK, but other resource companies as well, to continue to comply as well as the other company. So I think in return, I request to the nation of this country, the government, to also to look back to the resource owners and to help us. The oil and gas will not be there for long. I think we need to come together to sit down and talk about what we need to do for each other. But after all, we have an obligation as a company, and we will continue. Commissioner General, we will continue as an MRDC under the leadership of Mr. Augustine Mano. We will continue to comply and pay our tax and our dues to this nation. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, we'll do the check presentation. They will do the check presentation, but thank you. I would like to sincerely thank PRK and through MRDC, they have made this payment. This is a legacy tax. They have their current tax obligations, which they are working and they are complying and working towards compliance and all of this. But this is a legacy tax that the IRC worked with the PRK, the MRDC to crystallize some of the amounts and reassess the amounts. You know, as Chairman has said, they've given so much to this country through the resource that is extracted from their land, and easily they could say that, look, we've given so much in tax, we are not going to give it to you guys. And they could have used a lot of pressure, but look, they have, and they had options to even appeal and take it to the tax tribunal and all of that, but after IRC worked with them and crystallized the liability and reassessed their liability, they agreed to pay. And what we have done is to put them on a payment schedule based on their cash flow and all of that, and they have managed to knock it off as of last month. As of last month, the 120 million that was reassessed. So we are thankful for this and being considerate. It is through this tax process that although the resource is found in Kutubu, it is through the taxation process that the government then redistributes some of this wealth to the other parts of the country, and you are considerate to at least honor that obligation towards the government in completing the tax. So I do assure and also would like to appeal to other taxpayers, when you have tax problems, no need to run around and try to do crazy things around the place. IRC can help to spread out the responsibility according to your cash flow and pay the taxes. If you still aggrieved, there are processes to address those things. So what PRK is showing is exemplary, and that's why we are having this occasion. This is a small resource company. There are many big corporations, multinational corporations that are out there that are making so much money but paying little or no tax to the government. And that's where the focus of the IRC under my leadership is at the moment. So thank you once again. Right. We do the